Alrighty, guys and gals, what's going on, everybody? It's Big E here, from the King's Room, sure, from the um, display capture. I'm going to be catching up on comments today. I've been mostly responding last week or so with text replies, but figured I would go through some of these. This is from 4 days ago from Blood Fury TV. Keep going, bro. Well, thank you, man. This is on the Iron Man Challenge, Tauren Warrior. Appreciate that. Doing my best there. It's pretty tough. I've got a feeling I'm not going to last too much longer. Quite honestly, it's a rough one. Jemmy says, Outland Dungeons will be a blast to watch. I love those dungeons so much. So many memories. Begging for a free boost. Yes. I'm liking them too. However, they are a little bit breezy. What I mean by that is they're a little bit too easy right now. And I'm hoping at some point the scales will tip here and we'll get stuff a little more challenging. It may just be a thing where I have to wait till we do heroics. But, we get into the 70s and 80s. Hopefully somewhere in there, these things will start ramping up. Or maybe even sooner. Thank you, Jamie. The Metroid. He says, Wowie, that was too close. Glad you made it out alive. This is on the Iron Man Challenge episode 20. Yeah, we did have a close call here. We've had a couple of close calls on the Warrior already. That's why I don't have a good feeling about getting very far with the Warrior, man. And the other thing is I'm just not comfortable playing. I've never very comfortable playing a melee class. And I should be comfortable with the Warrior by now, but I still feel just kind of clumsy and awkward with it. Cynic says, your hit rating is fine. You only need 8% for raid bosses that are 3 levels above you. 6% is fine for dungeons, and hit rating is more valuable if you're dual wielding, as your offhand has a higher chance to miss. When you looked at the hit rating on the character tab, it showed you and your chance to miss on what level mobs. Just look at that every time you have a question about hit rating and think to yourself, am I fighting a mob this level? And then I have a chance to miss. If so, then get hit rating. If you aren't fighting mobs that level, then don't worry about it. It's pretty nice visual help they added. It is. I guess I'm just too stupid to pick up on it. Yeah, I figured my hit was good. I was probably looking at something here. It's kind of hard to say. I'm a little bit ahead. Thank you, Cynics. This is the go-to guy for Warrior stuff, man. I'm going to tell you that right now. The dude is an expert right here on Warriors. Jamie says, dude, that harbor looks very nicey. Can I put 2 of my, I think, 23 super yachts? Of course you can. City Skylines 2, episode 17. I've got some bad stuff coming up for City Skylines, man. Thanks, Mr. Mayor Big E. Will definitely pay tax I owe this city. This is from 4 days ago. This game has become a pain in the butt. Yeah. So fair warning on some episodes coming up here. I'm pretty salty in one of them. One of the episodes, it's kind of chopped up. I actually cut stuff out of it. I was doing so much complaining. I don't know how much longer we're going to be playing this game, honestly. I might just play the first game. We'll see. Luke Donnelly, hell yeah, I'm hyped for this one. This is on Detroit Become Human, episode 7. Glad you're enjoying this, Luke. I really am enjoying this game. The story is so good. And I've talked about it before. There's 3 different stories going on. And it's just so interesting. The choices matter a lot. What's really anxiety provoking for me in this game is the very quick based combat where I have to hit W, A, S, or D, or some other weird key combination. There's an episode coming out, if it's not already out yet. I'm not even kidding. There was 20 keys I had to press. I probably missed 18 of them. It was ridiculous. Luke says, only a few minutes in, but I've got a bad feeling about the dude in the house. Yeah, that guy, not good. I had a bad feeling about that guy as well, man. It turned out it was it was the correct feeling. Saved by Grace. To be self-found, you must pick that option at character creation. It's not available after the fact. That is correct. That is correct. And you'll get I think you get a little indicator, like they put the Soul of Iron up there. I think it get a little thing that says solo self-found or something like that. The Metroid, you're also Big E. We appreciate you releasing content, even though through your tough times. If you need to take a break, by all means do it. Your mental health is more important. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I understand the friends thing. I only have one good friend left, and he's stuck with me through the darkest times. Sometimes I wish I had more friends, but it's whatever, and life will go on regardless. I'm terrible at conversations, so making friends is pretty much out of the question. It's awesome you have this community with people who care about you, even if you may not see them in person. It's not like an actual human connection, but at least it's something. I plan on becoming a member soon. Just need to pay off some bills and stuff. Glad to see you're still going strong on the Warrior. Keep pushing. Man, I really appreciate you saying this, brother. Seriously, I'd give you a big hug if I could. Do not worry about becoming a member of my channel, man. Seriously. You know, it always surprises me when somebody does, and maybe it's not that much money, a few bucks or whatever, but if a few bucks matters to a lot of people, especially somebody like me. So don't worry about this. Seriously, man. Just your support here, the fact that you're watching and you're enjoying this, honestly, that's enough for me. It really, really is. But it really touches my heart that you would consider doing that, man. We have a lot in common here. I appreciate that. Luke Donnelly says, I see how it is, Big E. This episode was just so good you want us to watch it again, right? Guys, I'm so sorry. This was... How many times have I done this? 20? At least 10. Yeah, I re-uploaded the same episode. Now, there was actually there was a reason I got confused on this one, but doesn't matter. I'm really doing my best to try not to let that happen, but I did it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm surprised I only got the one comment there about it. Thanks for letting me know, man. Dustin Dixon says, I drink a 2.5 liters of soda a day. What? What is wrong with you, man? Don't do that, dude. Oh my God, that's a shit ton of sugar. Hold on. I'm not coming at you, man, but that is a lot of soda. I weigh 235, 245, and I'm 5'4". Yes, I'm fat, but I'm also hella depressed, and soda makes me happy. Sounds funny, but it's true. I either drink diet or zero sugar. It's not better than regular soda, but it keeps my doctor off my back because I have diabetes. The way I see it, we're all different, and this is me. Also, congrats on the upgrades. Well, thank you. I am glad that it's sugar-free, and it actually, there is a big difference in no sugar and sugar. Although they use different stuff, right? They'll put aspartame or some other sucralose, or put some other alternative in it. But you know what, man? I get it, dude. I really do. I used to eat really, for a little while, I was eating really unhealthy for quite a while after some of my injuries and stuff. 235 to 245. This is probably where I am right now. Probably about 235. I'm like 5'11". But you know what, man? If it doesn't affect your diabetes, it makes you happy and you're happy, that's really all that matters, seriously. But I'm glad this doesn't have sugar in it. Cynic says, I actually prefer diet zero sugar compared to full sugar nowadays. After a while, get used to the taste. Yeah, man, it's not too bad. Like I said, I bought like a 6-pack of sugar-free Mountain Dew. And I mean, anything that's sugar-free, especially diet, will have that weird aftertaste. Some of them are better than others. I have found out that stuff with aspartame, it's a little bit closer to the regular soda, but it's like, as you may or may not know, aspartame is linked to cancer, so not the best there. Cynics, I agree. Zero sugar almost fills the void to the real thing, and it's a bit better for you. All things considered, I had a lot of money, I'd buy all kinds of fancy teas. But since I don't, I'm down this road of soda. Fancy teas, man. Teas are great. That's hard. That's a hard switch up going from soda to tea, getting that same satisfaction that your chemical addiction is going on in your brain. But I like tea myself, Dustin. I don't have fancy teas, but I've got some pretty decent ones. Does your place generally stay cool with your computer generating heat. I know back when I had a small place with a desktop, it got hot quick. Now with laptops, it seems fine. Just curious. Yes, it does. It gets very hot in here. Even more so now because I've got a bigger power supply and I've got a better graphics card, and that thing just cranks out heat. In fact, I actually have the side panel, like the glass panel, off. It's just open. And I have looked at the temperature with my monitor. I can't remember what the hell it's called. It actually runs cooler with the panel off, and that is because I have an AC right over there, and it blows across, and it sucks that cool air right in. Where with the side panel on, it's supposed to have better airflow that way, but it stays much, much hotter, so I just keep it off for right now. But yes, it does put out a lot of heat. And come this winter time, I'm not even kidding, I could probably heat this room with that computer, man. Serious. Another day, another Misty Mountain gaming video to wash the pain away. Cynics, thank you, man. Seriously, that makes me happy. I'm glad that you're here. You've supported me for so long. I'm glad you get some enjoyment out of this. I know it must be such a pain in the ass to keep trying to help me out and tell me the same things over and over and over. Heroic Strike greatly increases your main hand's chance to hit, by the way, so it's helpful to use against higher level mobs or when you have the hit chance debuff. Heroic Strikes counts as a yellow special attack, which has an 8% chance to miss compared to the 26% chance with regular white swings. Dude, I would never know any of this, man. How do you know this stuff, dude? Miss percentage is adjusted for raid bosses with 0 hit rating on your gear, but you get the idea that with white swings, without queuing, Heroic Strike have a higher chance to miss. I'm never going to remember any of these numbers, but it's mind-boggling. Surely this is a raid leader right here. Cynics has to be a raid leader, right? He's probably one of those badass tanks who's also leading the raid. There's no way you're not. Thank you, Cynics. Saved by Grace. Throne is not a weapon. Think of it as ammo without a weapon. It stacks like ammo in lots of 200, but since a warrior uses so infrequently, you only need 1 stack. Okay. Yeah, I think I knew that, but I was probably looking at something and thought it was a weapon or something like that. Maybe. I'm not sure what was going on there, but yeah, I often will say the wrong thing. I don't know if I'm dyslexic or something, but I say the wrong thing quite a bit. It's like different in my mind, but I say it differently. Thank you, Saved by Grace. Cynic says, Mountain Dew is my favorite. I used to drink a 24-pack a week. You guys are fiends, man, of the sugar-free one, but they stopped selling it randomly here in Australia. I don't know if it was God telling me to stop, but they only sell the full sugar Mountain Dew. As much as I love to, there's too much sugar in it for me to enjoy. Man, America seriously has so much better drinks and snacks compared to here. I've actually heard this from another Australian, as I've heard this before. Although it probably increases the temptation to eat crap. Yes, it does. All the sugar-free drinks here are usually sweetened with aspartame, 951, 950 artificial sweeteners. I've tried to give up soda and drinks like that, but man, the benefits outweigh the cons for me. I love them. I hardly eat fast food, don't drink alcohol, smoke, or do drugs, so I'll give myself some diet sodas. Sounds good, man. I mean, just by eliminating this fast food crap, you're way ahead of the game. Not smoking, not drinking. Seriously. Be careful with aspartame, though. I don't know why they would use it, but they do. Hold on. Let me just open this. Is this finished? It is. Just rendering a video there. Alrighty. Mountain Dew is my favorite too. Soda-wise. They used to have this drink when I was younger, like in the 70s and 80s. I know that's like 30 years before some of you were born. Called Mellow Yellow. And it was like it's kind of like Sprite, but it was like a cross between Sprite, which I also used to love, Sprite and like Mountain Dew. It was like a lighter flavor. It's pretty good, but I don't know if they even make that anymore. Yeah, I used to watch this guy. I still watch him a little bit. He's Australian, and he actually came here to the United States. They invited him to play The Forest or Sons of the Forest, the second game. Because he's big time into it. He's a pretty popular dude. But he was saying he got so sick while he was here because of all the high fructose corn syrup that we use in basically almost everything. It's ridiculous. I think you guys are way healthier, man. I think most countries are way healthier than the United States because we use so much garbage, so much sugar. They do it on purpose, keep you addicted so you keep coming back and buying this stuff. But it sounds like you're pretty healthy, man. Seriously. If you do end up doing the two-hander and shield swap macro, you need to be careful and remember that swapping weapons is a global CD and resets your swing, so you only want to do it out of combat or if absolutely necessary. I did not know that. Shield Wall is a massive defensive in vanilla, reducing your damage taken by 75% for 10 seconds on a 30-minute CD. So once you get that ability, you definitely want to have a shield macro ready for it in case you need to pop it to escape. Yeah, I've looked at this already. I think we have it now. I think I'm pretty far ahead here, so it's kind of hard to tell as far as the episode number. But I didn't realize it was that good. But the longer a CD is on an ability, the better I assume it is, right? Like Lay on Hands for Paladin. I think that's a 60-minute CD in Classic, right? So when I saw the 30-minute CD, I was like, okay, this is something I'm going to need, definitely going to use in some horrible situation. Thank you, Cynics. Jamie says, when the music is on in the clothing shop, you can steal a jacket in the right window. You ran past it, but you missed the interact button. Oh, okay. I do figure this out. By the way, I think the next episode coming out, it should be episode 9. I think it comes out tomorrow, is the finale for Stray. Just an amazing game. There's not a lot of people watching this game. I wish there was because the story is so good. And I think the finale is coming out tomorrow night. It's pretty sad. It's like, I don't know how to word it. It's a little bit sad. It makes you think there's definitely going to be a second game the way that it ends. But I think I talk about that a little bit. But for anybody following, tune in tomorrow. Excellent game. By the way, since we are finishing Stray, I don't know how much further we've got in Detroit Become Human. I have no idea. Love that game, though. Once we finish both of those, I am going to be starting the new Fright Night series, which is going to be Resident Evil Village. So probably pretty soon. Cynic says, have you noticed a quality improvement over 1440 while using 4K? I assume since it's OLED compared to your old IPS, it will be such an improvement, but I'm curious how 4K looks on WoW. Also, you record on OBS at 60 frames per second. All right. Anything higher at 4K will definitely lag you hard. Yeah. So I'm actually not using the 4K monitor anymore. I've given up on it. It's stunning, though, by the way. The 4K OLED monitor is absolutely stunning, man. If you can afford an OLED monitor, and you're not trying to record it like for YouTube, I cannot recommend it enough. I mean, they're so effing expensive, man, but it's incredible looking. There's not even a comparison between OLED and IPS. Like I've got this my IPSs back in place. And there's backlight and bleed and everything. But, man, that OLED monitor is just insane looking. The game looks incredible. It really does. That's because the blacks are super, they're pitch black. All the colors are vibrant. It just looks incredible. And I do record at 60 frames per second. So the problem with the 4K monitor is with my recording settings being so high, trying to capture and record at 4K, it just completely destroys my system. It's almost impossible to do it. I can do it in WoW, but I do have to tweak the settings. I've got to bring the settings back down. And what I'm going to be doing is just 2K. I'm just going to be recording in 2K. I can have my recording settings, my bit rate, everything super high, and the quality is really good. And then I'll just upscale it to 4K. I don't think I'll ever try 4K again. I don't know. I will be getting a 2K. I mean, I will be replacing my main monitor with an OLED whenever I can afford it. Right now, I'm just back to my 2K IPS monitors, I think. Huge difference, though. It's incredible how good it looks. The Pursuer says, "Grats on level 20. First milestone achieved." Thank you, Pursuer. I appreciate that, man. I really, really do. Episode 23. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing it. I've gotten actually further than I thought I was going to get. But like I said, seriously, every episode I'm recording, I just feel so squishy and awkward and fumbly. I just don't think we're getting very far. I don't want to jinx it or anything, but it's definitely not for me. It's not something I feel comfortable with. Now, Tulkinghorn is different because, we're just spamming dungeons. I'm missing most of my abilities. I'm with a group that completely demolishes the dungeon, so it doesn't really matter too much. Saved by Grace says, hold on. I'm sorry. Oh, man. It's just a shot of tooth pain right there. Good God. Jesus Christ. I told you how to get a little gold when silver counts. There's a crate that spawns at Crossroad every 6 minutes. Yes, you did. Items vendor from 3 to 6 silver. The crate can spawn in 3 locations. At the tower, it spawns at the leg or the little hut at the top. I didn't actually know it spawns at the top. It can also spawn at the blacksmith place at the exit to the Crossroads. Every time I fly, that has me pass over the Crossroads. I set flight there, loot the crate, and then fly to the destination. This doesn't increase the cost of the flight, but gives you an average of 5 silver. Yeah, and I actually knew about a couple of these, or at least one of them, and I used to try to get this all the time. Solo self-found, I think I was looking for this like last year or something. I didn't know about this many of them. But yeah, this is definitely a good strat for anybody, really, not just solo self-found. But if you're struggling for money, these crates he's talking about here, the items in them are very, very silver friendly. Thank you, Grace. Appreciate it. You make the Iron Man look easy. Okay, well, I don't know about that, dude, but I appreciate it. Daniel says, no offense, but he's only level 20. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I don't know if you ever tried the Iron Man challenge on a warrior, Daniel, but it is not as easy as you might think, my friend. But let me know if you've done it, dude. I'd be curious to know. But that's a fair point. I am only level 20. I think 21 now. Cynic says, I was playing a little hardcore, but man, the thing that really puts me off is weapon skill. After playing versions of the game without weapon skill, I cannot stand having to level every type of one-handed and two-handed weapon without having some sort of training dummy or something. Running around killing gray mobs to level weapon skill isn't fun when you have done it hundreds of times. Dude, I couldn't agree more. It's so stupid. I have complained about this so much in the game. It really is so punishing. In time gated is the only way to describe it. I feel like that's the only reason they did it. But you're right, man. It is stupid. You know, if you can swing a sword, you can swing a two-handed sword. If you can swing a two-handed sword, you should just automatically level up your one-handed sword skill, right? I mean, I can kind of see having to level up a sword and a mace. I don't know, something different, but I don't know. It's still the same effing thing. Dude, I could not agree more. It is, if I would change anything about Classic, this is one of the things. There's only a handful of things I would change at the most. This is like one of the first things I would get rid of. Or just change it so it's not so stupid. If you get a new weapon, maybe you've got to level it up, I don't know, 5 minutes or something. Instead of that 1 point, maybe that goes to 5 or something. I don't know, but it is absolutely stupid decision they made there. Joust 403, great heal, Z. Oh, thank you. This is on the Goblin. I always rock Discipline, but that's because I PvP too much. I actually don't know what's better, Joust. I don't know if discipline is better to do than holy. And maybe discipline sounds like it might be specific for PvP. 3 dungeons in a row with no mage buff, with mages in each group. I didn't even notice that, man. Didn't even notice. Next time you don't get a mage buff, take that robe off, pull out your wand, walk up to them and say, buff me. Dude, I'm going to do it, man. They will never forget again. Cheers, big guy. Thank you. I didn't even realize that. I do notice sometimes I'm in a group with a paladin and I get like kings or whatever. I'm always surprised I don't get wisdom on me as a, as a healer, but I don't think people care too much. I feel like you could roll through these mobs with no buffs and just absolutely wreck and destroy stuff in there. I really hope it gets a little bit harder. In a Fenial, I'm sorry if I screwed up your name there. Loving this series, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I replied to you. I'm happy you're enjoying it, man. I really am. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're going to stick around, welcome to the Misty Mountain Gaming family, brother. If you've been here before, I do apologize. I'm an old guy. I forget things. I really want to watch Detroit, but I haven't played it yet, so I don't want to spoil it. Same with Stray, but glad you're enjoying them. Oh, this is cool, man. Pursuer. Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. I will, if I like something or it looks interesting, I'll go out of my way to not spoil it for myself. I can't recommend these enough, though, man. So good, both of them. Detroit is insane. Really is. Pursuer has been doing a lot of... Over here. Where is he? He's been doing a lot of live streaming. He's got an Iron Man coming up. I haven't even seen this. He's doing a lot of stuff over there. Guess you go check him out. Torment says, the reason tanks deal so much damage, especially while leveling, is due to the passive Vengeance. When they take damage, their attack power increases based on the amount of HP the tank has. So more HP, more damage. We have a Blood Fury or Blood DK in my raid team who can pull 22k DPS easily on bosses because of this buff being so insane. Wow. Well, no wonder we're doing it. I felt like when I tanked for a couple of episodes, I was like top of the DPS charts, and it just didn't seem right to me. I thought the thing was wrong because I'm never at the top. And if I can be at the top as bad as I am, that really says something about this passive here. Cynic says, yeah, my raid team, the Blood DK is often top 3 DPS. On cleave fights, he can top. It's insane how much damage tanks can do in Kata because of Vengeance, especially when they cheese it by stacking it on purpose by leaving mobs attacking them. That's interesting. Interesting. And to answer your question on difficulty, yes, it scales up at around 64 to 68. I'm so glad to hear this. Seriously. It becomes easy again till 73 to 78, and then at 81 plus becomes a bit harder. Heroics are a fairly large jump in difficulty. I can't wait to try this, seriously. And Cynic says, Kata dungeons are honestly just such a breeze since they give you the 15% damage luck of the draw buff when using the dungeon finder. I didn't even know that. I had no idea that you got that, man. That's how bad I am. Well, no wonder we're killing it. So does that mean if I queue up, if I don't do the random where you get the loot bag, if I just queue up for a specific dungeon, I don't get the 15%? Or is it still, can you queue up with somebody like that who's doing the random dungeon? I don't know. That's interesting though. They for sure are harder than Wrath of the Lich King heroics, but nothing close to Burning Crusade. That's interesting. Food Fan, episode 9. I haven't gotten a notification for this series since episode 1. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Going and looking at your videos, it looks like that might be the case for a lot of people because it looks like your least viewed series. Well, that could explain why I'm not getting a ton of views on this, but I thought people just weren't that into it. Food Fan, I don't know what's up with notifications. It's been screwed up since I've been a YouTuber. And it's the same thing happens to me. I don't always get a notification from, in fact, I usually don't get a notification about another video for the people that I follow. All I see is like this. I'll see a blue dot. The pursuer is actually live streaming right now, guys. Look at that. But this is all I'll get. I'll get a blue dot. I don't hardly ever get a notification that I can see that says somebody's got a new video out. I mean, every once in a while, I'll see something over here, but very rarely do I see it. Well, sorry about that, man. Well, so you know, there's kind of a schedule. So the hardcore Iron Man comes out every single day at 7. And then I'm alternating with the Cataclysm Let's Play between the Worgen and the Goblin. So that's every other day. And then every other day is Detroit Become Human. And then every other day is Stray. That's how it's been going. So these are every other day now. That's how I've been doing them. F. Cotty 28, another great episode. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks for watching. This is a great series. I'm not just saying that because it's mine. it's an incredible game. Saved by Grace says, a macro might help a thunderclap, such as start attack, then cast thunderclap. On my pally, I'm leveling I macro judgment and seals to start attack first, so I will immediately target a mob and when in range judge. If thunderclap doesn't have a global CD, you could put it first and then start attack. That's good to know, man. I do need to do this. I feel like thunderclap is way better than rend. Rend just seems so crap to me. It's like three damage a second for 15 seconds for a total of 45 or something like that. It just doesn't seem good. Just literally seems like a waste of rage. Thunderclap. I'll have to remember this. Yeah, I think I have been prioritizing Thunderclap in some of these upcoming episodes here. Jamie says, next episode will be good. This is on Detroit Become Human, episode 9. Every episode I look forward to doing. They're just incredible. A little panicky. One of these coming up. Super panicky. It's actually embarrassing. How bad I did in the combat scene. It is embarrassingly bad. Problem is, man, like I get into it. I get really into the game and I feel like I'm in combat, right? And you literally have less than a second. They'll flash like W. Oh, you didn't press it in time, so you get hit. D, A, hold the left mouse button down, move the mouse to the right. Shift, R, Q. Like some weird shit, and you have like less than a second to do it. So don't laugh at me. There's an episode coming up that is so bad. I'm surprised my character didn't die. I really am. The Metroid. Really enjoying this series, Biggie. This game is pretty intriguing. Thank you, man. I agree. It's really, really good. One of the best. Top 3 games I've ever played, easily. Eel Hayes says at 2240, thank God you were about... I thought you were about to throw your phone at the wall and go Hulk mode for a second. What is this? Thank you for the timestamp. See how salty I'm getting about something. That sounds very good. What is this? He said he got me an adapter on the Camaro. Yeah, I got a phone call on the car. Now, I probably haven't, I don't know where this is. Oh, this is only from an hour ago, so I'm a little bit ahead here. It turns out I have to pay for the repair on the car, and I do some complaining about this in episodes coming up. It's going to cost me $1,270, man. I just spent $5,300 like 3 months ago. Not even my money. I had to like borrow money, essentially, is what happened. And pretty much the same thing here. It's absolutely ridiculous that it's not covered. I went around and around with this guy. I don't know. I don't really want to get too much into it right now. I think the guy is a good dude. I think it's literally an effing coincidence what happened. I don't know. But the more I think about it, the more my blood will start to boil. So in that little scene you just saw there, I didn't know the news yet. But I thought he had just fixed it. Anyway, as of right now, I still do not have my car back. It's been 5 weeks, I think, something like that. No, it's been more than that. It's coming up on 6 or 7 weeks, I think. I really hope I get it back this week. I should get it back. The first thing I'm going to do is go to the dentist because it's not good. My tooth is in serious condition. Anyway, we're caught up. Am I uploading something? I am. All right. Well, that'll do it. I don't have my King's Room thing up here. I'll get all that stuff back up. Let's give you this weird view. There you go. Here's the mirror effect. This is what happens when you have OBS open and you are sharing your display capture. You get this weird thing right here. Anyway, I want to thank you guys and gals for watching and commenting. It really gives me a lot of joy that you enjoy some of the stuff I do. It really does. Helps me out a lot. But I guess that's it for me. Love you guys so much. Take care. I will see you in a future episode of something.